90-Day Fiancé's Julia Trupkina makes bold new money move in thriving business after years of financial struggles amid Brandon's hospitalization. Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I hope you are well. Please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. For years, Julia Trupkina, one of the most recognizable faces from 90-Day Fiancé, has been candid about the financial ups and downs she and her husband, Brandon Gibbs, endured after their whirlwind romance was broadcast on reality television. Fans remember their early struggles, the small-town farm life in Dinwiddie, Virginia, the conflicts with Brandon's parents, and Julia's frustrations with limited career opportunities in the U.S. But now, after weathering personal storms, including Brandon's shocking hospitalization, Julia has surprised fans with a bold new business venture that signals a complete financial turnaround. This is the story of how Julia went from financial uncertainty to building a thriving business empire, all while supporting her husband through his most challenging health scare. Julia Trupkina first appeared on TLC's hit reality series as the fiery Russian dancer who left her home country to start a new life in America with Brandon. From the start, their relationship faced cultural clashes, money shortages, and overwhelming family pressure. When cameras stopped rolling, many fans assumed the couple's story had ended happily. Yet the truth was far more complicated. Brandon's modest income from pest control work was hardly enough to support both of them, and Julia, whose background was in dance and performance, found it difficult to secure stable work in rural Virginia. They were constantly budgeting, sometimes skipping luxuries most couples took for granted. "I felt like I was stuck," Julia later admitted in a candid Instagram Live. "In Russia, I always worked, I always had my own money. In America, at first I was depending on Brandon, and that was very hard for me." While financial stress was a constant challenge, nothing prepared Julia for the day Brandon suddenly collapsed at home. It began with fatigue. Brandon complained of feeling unusually weak after work, brushing it off as exhaustion. But weeks later he fainted, leading Julia to rush him to the emergency room. Doctors soon discovered that Brandon was dealing with a serious health issue that required immediate hospitalization and ongoing treatment. Julia described those moments as the most terrifying of her life. "I thought I was going to lose him," she told a close friend. "And I also thought, what am I going to do if he cannot work? How will we survive?" During Brandon's stay in the hospital, Julia spent sleepless nights juggling her emotions. She had to be strong, but at the same time she realized they could no longer rely solely on his income. Something had to change. While Brandon focused on recovery, Julia started brainstorming ways to earn money independently. Fans knew her as the outspoken, glamorous woman on 90-Day Fiancé, but few realized how entrepreneurial she truly was. Julia considered dance classes, photography, and even online content creation. She tested small projects, selling her artwork online, freelancing as a choreographer, but what began as side hustles soon grew into something bigger. It was during these trials that Julia recognized her true strength: connecting with people. She wasn't just selling a service, she was building a brand. "I always thought, who will listen to me? But then I saw people write me messages, say they want to learn from me, buy from me. That gave me confidence." Julia officially launched her lifestyle and dance-based business in 2023. It started with virtual dance classes, marketed to fans of 90-Day Fiancé and beyond. She offered fitness routines, cultural dance workshops, and motivational sessions online. Soon she expanded to merchandise, stylish apparel, accessories, and digital products with Julia's personal branding. What shocked many was how quickly it took off. Within months, Julia had grown a loyal customer base. Former fans of the show became paying clients, and word spread far beyond the 90-Day Fiancé community. Social media became her biggest marketing tool. Julia posted behind-the-scenes clips, progress videos, and motivational messages. Followers admired not just her talent but her resilience. One fan wrote on Twitter, "Julia is proof that you don't need to give up when life hits hard. From struggling on TV to building her own business, she's inspiring." Running a business while caring for a recovering husband was not easy. Julia often found herself torn between work responsibilities and long hours at the hospital. Yet she pushed forward. Brandon, despite his illness, became her biggest supporter. He encouraged her to keep growing the business, reminding her that she was capable of more than she believed. He told me, "Julia, you are strong. "Do this for us," she revealed in a YouTube vlog. And those words gave me energy. Julia often worked late into the night, editing videos, managing orders, and responding to clients after spending her days by Brandon's side. The exhaustion was immense, but she saw results. Sales increasing, followers multiplying, and her brand solidifying. By mid-2024, Julia's income from her business finally surpassed what Brandon had once made in pest control. For the first time since arriving in America, Julia wasn't worrying about overdue bills or skipping luxuries. She invested some of her earnings into better production equipment, rented a small studio for dance classes, and even hired part-time staff to help with management. "I remember the first time I paid our rent with money I earned myself," Julia said in tears during a podcast interview. "It felt like freedom." The struggles of the past, living paycheck to paycheck, borrowing from family, worrying about medical bills, were slowly fading. With confidence high, Julia made her boldest move yet in early 2025. She announced the launch of an international dance and lifestyle brand under her name. This included plans for live workshops in major U.S. cities, a subscription-based online platform, and collaborations with other fitness and wellness influencers. Her vision was no longer just small-scale survival. It was empire building. "I don't want to be just someone from reality TV," Julia declared. "I want people to know me as a businesswoman, a teacher, and someone who shows that you can create success from nothing." Industry insiders were impressed. Commentators noted that while many 90 Day Fiancé cast members struggled to capitalize on their fame, Julia had managed to turn hers into a profitable and sustainable career. The response from fans was overwhelmingly positive. Many praised Julia for refusing to give up during her darkest times and for showing resilience after Brandon's health scare. Social media platforms were filled with encouraging messages. "Julia's story gives me hope. I've been struggling too, but she proves you can rebuild your life. She could have just sat back and relied on TV fame, but she's building something real. Respect. I love that she's staying true to her roots while expanding globally." Even Brandon's parents, who were often portrayed as critical on the show, voiced their pride in Julia's determination. As Brandon's health improved, he began to play a supportive role in Julia's business, handling logistics and helping with planning. Their partnership deepened, not just as husband and wife but as business collaborators. Julia often referred to him as her quiet strength, the person who reminded her why she started when things got tough. "I feel like we are a team now more than ever," she wrote on Instagram. "Our struggles made us stronger." With her business booming, Julia has big dreams. Launching her own fitness app, writing a motivational book, and even opening a permanent dance studio in a major U.S. city. She hopes to inspire other immigrants, women, and struggling couples to believe that hardship doesn't define their future. "I was scared, I was broke, and I was alone in a new country," Julia reflected. "But I didn't give up. And now I want to help others believe in themselves too." Her journey, once filled with financial struggles and uncertainty, has now become a beacon of resilience and reinvention. Julia Trubkina's bold new money move marks not just a business milestone, but a deeply personal victory. After years of financial struggles, cultural adjustments, and Brandon's frightening hospitalization, she has emerged stronger, more independent, and determined to make her mark beyond reality TV. Her story proves that resilience, creativity, and courage can turn even the darkest chapters into new beginnings. And for Julia and Brandon, the best may still be yet to come.
90 Day. Fiancé's Julia Trubkina left America without Brandon. Their relationship may be in trouble. Julia Trubkina, from 90 Day Fiancé, happily ever after, is currently living outside the United States, and Brandon is not with her. Julia and Brandon's journey on 90 Day Fiancé has been filled with cultural clashes, family tension, and emotional ups and downs. From living under Brandon's strict parents' roof to disagreements about starting a family, their relationship has faced constant pressure. Julia often struggled with American life and boundaries with Brandon's parents, while Brandon tried to keep the peace. Despite the challenges, the couple married and continued to work through their issues, even seeking therapy on the last resort. Brandon and Julia faced serious relationship challenges, including Julia admitting she once kissed her ex, Brandon's anger over her bar dancing, and a secret visa application for her parents. Tensions with Brandon's parents also resurfaced, leaving Julia feeling unheard. Despite Brandon feeling betrayed and considering leaving, the couple ultimately chose to recommit. They promised to improve communication, address family planning, and work together to rebuild trust in their marriage. Brandon and Julia will next be seen on 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, Season 9, but before that, fans are watching her spending time in Serbia with her parents. Julia recently surprised her Instagram followers by posting photos with her family in Belgrade, Serbia, captioning, "I think only I can bring people together who haven't communicated with each other for years." The pictures showed Julia happily posing with her parents and sibling, marking a cheerful moment after recently mourning the loss of her beloved dog, Simba. Fans quickly noticed Brandon was missing from the photos. One follower even asked, "Where is Brandon?" But Julia didn't reply. The silence sparked curiosity and concern among fans about the couple's current relationship status. Julia also recently shared heartbreaking news after losing beloved German shepherd Simba in May 2025. Calling him her son, Julia revealed Simba had suffered a severe stroke and leg paralysis, requiring syringe feeding and constant care. She posted a touching farewell, writing, "Run on the rainbow, my boy. I hope I was a good mummy for you," and admitted the grief was indescribable. Fans flooded her Instagram with support, calling the loss devastating and praising the deep bond she shared with Simba. During Simba's illness, Julia devoted herself fully to his care, feeding him with a syringe every 2 hours and helping him walk outside. She often credited Simba with helping her adjust to life on Brandon's family farm and even said he inspired her pet-themed business. After Simba passed, Julia described her grief as similar to losing a child. She also shared that she isn't ready to adopt another dog just yet, choosing to focus on honoring Simba's memory and continuing to support other shelter animals in need. Both Brandon and Julia admitted that their marriage had underlying problems. Some connected to having kids, cultural differences, and misaligned expectations, and they sought therapy on the last resort to address them. The show had captured the heated confrontation Julia and Brandon had when she disclosed she had applied for her parents' visa without telling him. Brandon thought it was a bad idea for her to bring them to America. He was upset that she'd filed the documents behind his back and hidden the truth from him for 2 months. Brandon did not appreciate that Julia had disregarded his advice and was doing what she felt right. He had even stormed out of the therapy session. He made it clear that he didn't want Julia's parents to be living with him, even if it was for a visit. However, Julia still flying abroad for her parents' visa interview without him shows that Brandon and Julia are still not on the same page. Perhaps the new season of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, will reveal why Julia went ahead with her decision, especially while she's grieving Simba's death. 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After Season 9 premieres Sunday, July 6, 2025 at 8 p.m. EDT on TLC. 90 Day. Fiancé's Brandon reveals what matters most after Julia Trubkina left America without him. Brandon Gibbs from 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, has hinted at his new goals following Julia Trubkina's departure from the United States. Although Brandon and Julia have been married for over 5 years, their relationship has never been without its flaws. They recently underwent therapy to work on their marital troubles, which brought them closer. However, the couple experienced another devastating setback with the loss of their beloved dog, Simba. Each coped with the grief in their own way, with Brandon focusing on his physical fitness and Julia putting her efforts into her business. Hello, friends. Welcome to my channel. I hope you are well. Please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. While Julia enjoyed her time with her family in Serbia, Brandon remained in the US. Recently, he posted a few Instagram stories alluding to his current goals. Posting photos from the gym, he indicated his strong focus on physical well-being. Accompanying the pictures was the popular song Tears Don't Fall by Bullet for My Valentine. Although Brandon didn't elaborate on his relationship status with Julia, he did wear his wedding band in the photos, suggesting that his marriage was in a good place. Brandon has discovered a new passion, while Julia is spending time with her loved ones in Serbia. His decision to stay in the United States while his wife travels alone showcases a strong commitment to their relationship. It seems that therapy has had a positive impact on him, motivating him to be more supportive. Hopefully, the 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, cast members' newfound interest in fitness will allow him to evolve into the person he aspires to be. It may also help him overcome the stress that has plagued his life for some years. Last year, viewers witnessed Brandon experiencing anxiety during his time at the resort while undergoing therapy with his wife. A year before that, he had to be hospitalized due to a panic attack he had while filming a tell-all episode. It appears that Brandon has made a concerted effort to prioritize fitness in support of his mental and physical well-being. Working on his health may also help him reduce stress and lead a more fulfilling life. Hopefully, Brandon is able to achieve the fitness he has set for himself. Julia's trip to Serbia presented the perfect opportunity for Brandon to focus on his fitness goals. With fewer responsibilities as a husband, he now has the chance to prioritize his health and well-being. Knowing that Julia is fulfilling her desire to connect with her family members brings him joy, as he can see her happiness grow. This trip not only gives Julia a well-deserved break, but also allows Brandon to feel a sense of relief. Strengthening their bond and marriage, this experience is sure to have a positive impact on the 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After couple's relationship.